The key to your purpose. The key to your purpose. I truly hope everyone under the sound of my voice understands that God has given you everything you've needed to fulfill your purpose. God, the Creator, Allah, the Most High, Supreme, the all in all, whatever it is that you want to call it, understand that you've been given all that you need from conception to fulfill your divine purpose. Now, while it may seem like you've come into the world with nothing, it is you who are everything. It's Jeremiah 29:11 that starts off as, "For I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord." I know the plans that I have for you. So when you were fashioned, your purpose was known from beginning to end. From the end to the beginning, your purpose has been known. But how is it that your purpose is supposed to be revealed to you? How must it come to be? And in thinking about that, I want to draw from a scene in Mark 8:27 in which Peter identifies Jesus as the Messiah. And then Matthew then recounts that Jesus rewarded Peter with the keys to the kingdom of God. Now make note that the language is metaphorical. And then also keep in mind the symbolism of the title of Christ and the symbolism of Messiah, meaning it's a direction that you have to align your senses and you have to master yourself. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that when ignorance is overcome through knowledge of self, God is revealed. So let's recall the story of Matthew 16, starting at verse 13. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he had started questioning his disciples, asking, "What are people saying about the son of Adam? What are they saying? What have you heard?" They replied saying that some say he is John the Baptist, right? Others said he was Elijah, others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. Now, Jesus wants to know the thoughts of his disciples. So he says, "Well, what about y'all? Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter responded with intent, "You are the anointed, the Son of the living God." Now imagine the reaction, the body language, and the facial expression. Imagine your own when you're trying to explain something to somebody and they actually get it. So it's like Jesus is like, "Oh, wait a minute. You need to be congratulated, Simon, son of Jonah. Because flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you, but my Father in heaven revealed it to you. So you know what? I'm going to give you the keys to the heavens domain." And see, this is a passage that helps you understand that the keys to your purpose is only found in your own journey. There is not a one-size-fits-all method. Because Jesus goes on to order his disciples to tell them that tell no one, don't tell anyone that I'm anointed, because it's not for everybody. It wasn't an everybody revelation. So from that time on, Jesus made it clear to his disciples that, you know what? I am going to go to Jerusalem. I understand I'm going to have big problems. I know they're going to come. I know I'm going to suffer. I know I'm going to have some heat from the elders, the priests, some of the scholars, and they're going to kill me. But I'm going to do it anyway. And then after that, I'm going to rise again. And see, this is really why you have to be careful putting your mouth on people. You should never judge any person, as the purpose is built into the product. Now think about it. If a house is being prepared to be built, or if a house is built, its purpose is known before the foundation is laid. Its intended use is to be lived in. We know that. So if we take the analogy and apply it to ourselves, you were not born to find your purpose. You were born with your purpose. The hang up becomes that the world conditions you to be afraid of your own self. Society has told you who you should be while having no idea who you really are. So it's really up to you to allow God to be true within you. And it's a good idea because no one knows a product like the manufacturer. Unfortunately, we've often accepted what they've told us to be, therefore being unable to manifest all that fearfully and wonderfully made us who we are. Every test, every trial, the triumphs, the tribulations, every person you've come across, every book you've ever read, the quotes, the affirmations, your learning, your unlearning, your relearning, every experience was a key necessary for you to reach deep within that God-held truth within you and allow your purpose to bloom. And I'm sure that someone can bear witness that you don't always get the benefit of having someone in your ear pushing you. You don't always get the benefit of having an accountability partner, someone to develop you or constantly remind you that God has given you a purpose. Constantly reminding you that something exceptional is waiting for you from the Creator. And unfortunately, if we don't have that push, if we don't have that support system, if we don't have the accountability partner, most of us will end up settling because it is the easy thing to do. But how many of you know that comfort is a silent killer? Comfort will have you kill the dream before you even start. And then there's always people around to support your complacency. There will always be people around to support what is easy. But repeat after me. I don't want easy. I want divine. What makes our complacency the enemy of our purpose, the adversary, is that we are satisfied with less than what God has for us. And when you don't quite understand what your purpose is or what it's going to take for it to flourish or for it to bloom, it's just easier to keep on doing something, to keep busy. And to be honest, it's almost like a participation trophy. There's an African proverb that says, feeble effort will not fulfill the self. What is feeble? Feeble is defined as lacking physical strength. Faint, lacking strength of character. And so there were three synonyms that stood out when I was looking up the word feeble. Incompetent, inefficient, and weak. Not my purpose sitting over here, known from the beginning to the end, and I'm settling for incompetent and weak. No, I don't think so. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what. So in saying that, allowing your purpose to bloom looks a lot like being your own coach. That person in your ear pushing you, developing you, reminding yourself of those tests and triumphs, those keys, if you will. That was just another step towards your purpose. Now, whatever the situation it may be, the steps may not catapult you into your purpose, but every step is necessary in putting you further than where you were. And those steps too, whether baby steps or big steps, should be celebrated. But remember, Jesus already knew what was going on. He knew what he was getting ready for when he went to Jerusalem. With great purpose comes a big problem in front of it. So you have to then decide. You have to make a divine decision. And so think about this, and I am going to give you 3 points. 1, success in life is a result of decisions. Your success in life is a result of decisions. 2, your failures in life are a result of decisions. Your failures in life are a result of decisions. And 3, everyone becomes what they decide to be. You decide who you become. Therefore, you have to decide if you are going to allow that problem to be bigger than your purpose, or if your purpose is bigger than the problem. And so remember those keys that were mentioned before? Because you're going to need them, okay? Remember the keys. Forget friends and family abandoning you. Oftentimes, when there's such a big problem, we will abandon ourselves and start feeling defeated. So it's those keys, all those lessons learned from those tests, the trials, triumphs, the do-overs, the many do-overs, the back steps, the knowledge acquired, the people you've encountered, good and bad. Just overall life experience. All of that must be gathered and used as armor to battle this problem, to slay that giant. And I promise I am going to end with this. I stand firm on this idea that the hymns that we sing, or we used to sing, or the praise and worship songs we used to sing, and hey, maybe you still sing them, because I know I do. But those songs are keys of remembrance. And what I mean by that is, these are songs that help you to remember the truth of who you are. These are keys of remembrance that help to transform and renew your mind from that which the world told you to be. And so there's this old song. Yeah, it's an old school song. And it goes, I'll say yes, Lord, yes. And the chorus ends with, when your spirit speaks to me, with my whole heart I'll agree, and my answer will be yes, Lord, yes. It is my hope for you that your divine decision is a yes. All of the lessons in your life may not have been great. It may not have been the easiest of experiences. You may have taken a few missteps. But the key to your purpose is rooted in the lessons life has delivered and the knowledge and understanding acquired. And I want you to keep this in mind. Applied knowledge plus your experience is the ultimate manifestation. Once you can execute that strategy for your life, you will begin to realize that creating greatness, especially that which is in support of your purpose, is just an ancient application of alchemic science. It's not luck. It's that God truth within you saying yes.